Hi people, here's a little dark low light today in Norway. I'm Janaína, I'm from Brazil, I'm 34 years old and I'm living in Norway for 5 years now. So I did some video before about what's my experience being fat, and I just had some messages from people that saying that, wow, you're not fat, you're beautiful. Yes, well, I just wanted to explain to people that being fat is not a bad thing, it's not an insult. So, yes, I am fat, but I'm fine with it. At least now I'm fine with it. And that's it, people. I'm fat, but I'm not sad about it anymore. So, but this video is to talk about another thing that's undeniable about me, is that I have a vagina. Well, a vagina, people say the real term for the thing that we see from outside is vulva. And the intern part is called vagina, but everybody calls vagina, so I'm calling vagina, okay? So, yes. I'm working for 15 years now with waxing. I do Brazilian waxing, body waxing. So I'm seeing some vaginas, and good part of my job is to talk about this, and then because I see people naked all the time, and it creates some kind of intimacy, little bit more than is just a normal friend. I don't see my friends naked usually, because my friends feel a little bit, some of my friends feel a little bit shy to be naked in front of me on the table, so my friends sometimes are not my customers. So yeah, but with my customers we have a little bit kind of a intimacy connection and talking about sexual issues sometimes. So, but what I want to share about the vagina is something that is not about my professional, and actually something that women don't like to talk about it, and men too. And it's not a lot talked about it. If you do a little search, then you can find it. But it's some hush-hush issue that when I become sexually active, I had this relationship that wasn't that good. It wasn't good. Then this person that I was having a relationship with would make me feel it was abusive, and he would make me feel that I was always inadequate. And one of the things that he talks about it was that I smelled, that my vagina smelled bad. And I hear this from people all over, like even, oh, that's, well, I like sex, but the vagina smells bad, look bad. And I was insecure about that. And what happened was, since I was a baby, my mother always taught me that I had to clean very well and do thorough with a lot of soap or whatever. And I did that. In Brazil, we take 2-3 showers a day. You know, it's not that you're dirty. I was dirty. Well, when I get the teenager years, I didn't want to take so much showers anymore, but at least once a day we have a shower. And here in Europe it's a little bit different, people. I think maybe we should clean up the private parts, but not shower every day. And it's proven that it's not that healthy for the skin anyway. So thinking about this, and in my first relationship, that was this comments about how the vagina smells, and how I started thinking how the vagina is supposed to smell. So growing up, I had another relationship. I left that guy, of course. Then I had another relationship, and nobody was complaining about that or talking about that. At least not so much. But then that's this thing with the oral sex that men not always like to give oral sex to women. And I certainly had some more of my experience that the men didn't want to do, and or not. It's not about even that one. It's sometimes that they do, like obligation, you know. So I started to read about this and research about the smell. But like 2 years ago, I read something and I started to research more and more, and I see, because of my job here, and I hear other people that are also insecure with that, and notice that sometimes the vagina really smell. And before I felt, okay, you know, that's not right, that's fucked up. I think I'm healthy, you know, I go to the doctor. In Brazil, I used to go every 6 months to gynecologist to check it out, and here it takes a little longer, but I do take my tests, and I don't have any problems. The doctors say I don't have anything. So why is that the smell? Or maybe this is just the vagina smell. You know, we drink beer. Beer is not the best smell, but I still drink it, you know. And when I start growing up and I start trying different foods, there are some foods that, like fungus food or yogurt or cheese, that has some strong smell, but it still is delicious if you know how to appreciate. So I started thinking, you know, maybe the vagina is just supposed to be appreciated like a camembert, like a blue cheese. You know, and this made a whole new perspective in my life. And then 2 years ago, I started to research about this cleaning, because there are different soaps, and then I learned that the soaps for the vagina are not that good. You shouldn't be using them. And then I watched a video that explained how we use soap, that even soap that is using too much can be prejudicial. So 2 years ago, I stopped using soap on the vagina. I said, there is this people that go no poo with the shampoo, not using shampoo. I did that too. And the experiment was that in the first few weeks, you're probably gonna feel dirty, you're gonna feel strange, by just using water during the shower and the private parts. I use everywhere else soap, but not in the vagina. So what did I do? I did this experiment, and I wouldn't see if I get more smell or less smell. I felt in the first 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks, I felt a little uncomfortable. It was something missing, because when you use soap, what I notice is that the vagina gets a little bit drier. It's dry. So you feel that means that it's clean. But it isn't, because the vagina has a system that cleans itself, but it's too moist, it's not dry. So after a few weeks, then my body started to get used to not have soap there. So my vagina didn't have to put extra effort to keep it moist. So after that, I started to feel not smell at all from it. No smell at all. My husband either. It's just no smell. Even this characteristic little strong smell that I would compare to cheese, that nothing. I still take my shower at least once a day, and no soap, you know, but the smell is gone. There's no smell. So I think that this stigma that the vagina smells bad is just something That's one more thing, like the being fat thing, that's to diminish women and take away the self-esteem. You know, it's just how it is. It has a characteristic smell that is not dangerous for anybody. It can be compared to cheese, it can be compared to yogurt, it can be compared to beer. So, and people still eat it, still have it, and still can respect it. But the reality is that looks like this stigma for the smell is causing more of the smell. So yes, that's something that I changed in my life. That's really make me more secure about myself, and it makes my intimate life a lot better. But I also, because of my profession, I would like to talk about some of the tips I give to women that come to do waxing. First of all, I would like to say that I am adept of the Brazilian waxing, and I take all the hair in my intimate area every month for 15 years, more or less every month, you know. And I'm not very fond of the hair, but I don't think that remove all the hair is a thing that is totally necessary if you don't want it to. I'm very bad for business. This is very bad statement for business, but that's how it is. I really believe that women should decide if they want to and they think it's a good idea for themselves, if they want to take all the hair, pubic hair. It's not mandatory, it's not something that you should do it without you carefully assess and decide for yourself. But in my experience, I feel that it's not only easier to deal, because we have clothes. I wonder, people and the doctors even saying that hair is a protection against bacteria, and it is. But I feel we have so much clothes, we exchange clothes all the time, you know. We have this different lifestyle that wasn't intended when we were created, you know. So, but this is my opinion, and I'm not a doctor, so that's what I feel that it is, you know. I feel that for me it's more practical. I feel that for me, like for my husband, he likes better, and not because he likes and I'm doing it, it's because it's easier, you know, to get the intimacy. If I'm doing something at least that he likes, we do agreement, we do compromise. So that's the second. And I did the experiment because I like to experiment, and I did the experiment to have a lot of hair for some time, and I don't feel like I feel sensitive during sex. So during sex, I feel that when I have a lot of hair, it gets a little on the way, because, you know, the organ has a nervous system. Then with the hair, I feel that you're not really reaching the full potential of the vagina or vulva. So that's why I do it. And that's my argument to recommend it to my customers. You feel more clean. That's not what it is. You feel more clean. If you take a shower every day, you are clean, you know. And especially if you don't use soap there, you're gonna feel even cleaner. So I don't think this is argument, but do feel more clean, but maybe people feel more clean. But really, I feel that it's a personal choice, and you should decide for yourself. You should try before you say no. Also, I always say people should try at least twice waxing, Brazilian waxing, to to be able to say that's not for me, but that's up to you. You don't have to try. It's not a mandatory thing, so that's it. So when you decide that you want to do it, I'm gonna do a Brazilian waxing now, what you need to do is start to take a few steps to have a good experience with it. Like, it's important to protect and exfoliate the areas that you want to wax regularly, have the skin treated, and use a little bit moisturizer around it, not in the vagina, not in the intern part, but around it. You can exfoliate, you can moisturize it, or yes. So that's first before you go. When you do it, after you do it, what I recommend, obviously I use it, is the sugar wax, because it's more hygienic, it's more natural, less allergies, less chemicals. That's what I recommend. For the face, what I recommend is use threading. Don't use any wax around the face. I don't recommend it. So for the intimate area, sugar. For the whole body, sugar, but for the face, threading. So after wax with sugar, or sugaring, as some people call it, you have to continue to take care of it, but not without waiting for 24 hours. 24 hours after you do waxing, then you can do it again, exfoliating, moisturizing the skin, take care to avoid ingrown hairs and irritation. But you have to wait for at least 24 hours, maybe 3 days, 1 to 3 days. So if you take these steps, then you're gonna have a good experience with it. You know, do once a week exfoliating, little moisturizing here and there. You're gonna be having a good experience with Brazilian waxing, but that's not mandatory. The first part, that what I talk about, not using soap. And another thing is also change your underwears. No underwears with polyester, synthetic, just cotton. Just cotton. If you want to look nice for your mate and your partner, and you wanna do the foreplay and stuff, you can do it while, you know, when you're with them. But in a day-to-day, on a daily basis, you have to use cotton. Breathable, cleaner, and you're gonna feel the difference. Or what I actually do a lot of the time is not using anything. It's not naughty thing, it's just for the health of my vagina. That is important. So sometimes at home, like I'm now with a rope, that's my signature at home. Everybody sees me like that at home when I'm not working. I just have the rope and I have nothing underneath. Of course, if comes some visit, I have to get dressed, but that's how I am when I'm home. So it's important to let it breathe, and as much as you can. And if you also comfortable with sleep without underwear, is also good. You know, you can Google it. You're gonna find a lot of information on this. So that's my advice. That you don't use soap. Actually, I'm still using soap once a month, every 15 days sometimes. But I don't see, it's just like because I'm conditioned to this, but my goal is to shave no soap at all, you know, but I'm doing it every 15 days, 1 month, but the smell is no smell, it's just in my head, you know, like I have to do it because I always did, you know, there is no implication. So yeah, I think that is all I want to ranting about the vagina. maybe I'll remember something else later. Then I do another video. It's a little long. So bye bye. Have a nice day, you guys.